Welcome to The Planet, the podcast for L-Word fans. I'm Casey.
And I'm Elka.
What the hell? Elka's sick today.
Yeah, it should be at least easier for you guys to tell us apart today because I have the monkeypox.
Your voice sounds funny. Actually, your voice probably sounds more like mine does now.
I always sound like I have a stuffed up nose anyway, so I'm sorry. This is probably going to be really annoying.
Whatever, they'll deal with it. One person said that I sounded like I smoke cigarettes, but I don't. I hate cigarettes.
Is that your pathetic attempt at this week's public service announcement?
Yeah, today's public service announcement is, my name is Casey, and I hate cigarettes.
Okay, good. Now we got that out of the way. We can move on. Oh, before we get started, in case we have some new listeners, I just wanted to remind everybody that we are a spoiler-free podcast. That also includes our message board, so try not to post any spoilers on there. And some of our listeners don't watch the scenes from next week, so try not to reference that if you can help it.
Even us.
Yeah, we even have talked about scenes for next week without a spoiler warning before, so we're going to try and improve that a little bit. Oh yeah, and one more thing.
When you hear this sound, it means there's going to be a scenes from next week.
Oh, great. So you're going to do, 30 scenes from next week just so you can eat that candy? I just had one more thing to say. If you're writing an email to me and the first sentence is, "You're offensive," or some variation of that word, just don't bother. We know. We don't care.
We know we're offensive. We like it.
I mean,
we think it's funny. If you don't, then...
If I get one more email that says you're offensive...
Me?
I said no, you plural.
Oh, I thought you meant you kept getting emails like, Casey sucks.
Well, technically every hate mail we've gotten has been pissed off about something that you said, Casey. And half the time they think I'm the one that said it because they can't tell us apart.
Well, that's what makes the show interesting.
You.
I'm the edgy one.
The chubby thing, you. Oh, you're the edgy one.
Well, no, actually our last hate mail, it wasn't really a hate mail, but it was a complaint mail, was somebody was like, why are you obsessed with putting down fat people and skinny people? I'm like, what? I like all people. And if you could see us, you would know that we cannot hate fat or skinny people. Because for one, we're very diverse looking among the two of us, and our girlfriends are also diverse. So, fuck off. Okay, I've gotten that out of my system.
The only thing that offended people that I said was that I'm the one that made up Boyra.
No, you said Jenny is anorexic in a good way.
No, Shane. Well, I was joking when I said in a good way. I'm always talking about how she's too skinny. And then Nico said that's why Carmen throws pizza at her. She's trying to get her to eat something. You can't eat during the You have all day long that you can eat. There's just this hour that we do the podcast when you're not supposed to eat.
This week's episode was Lead, Follow, or Get Out of the Way. I don't know what that title really means. I didn't see it applied to the content of the show at all.
Maybe it's because Bet's walking in circles with the other Buddha ladies.
I don't see anyone leading, following, or getting out of the way.
Like I said, they're running out of L's.
Yeah, this was a stupid title. Before we really get into this, the deleted scenes on the internet for this episode, Lead, Follow, or Get Out of the Way, did you watch them?
No.
Some of them were pretty important, I thought. There was a scene of Jenny going to counseling for, the better half of the transsexual couple. No, but they showed partners of transsexuals group meeting, and it was totally good. And if you read the TV guide blurb or whatever, it's like, Jenny goes to the group counseling, and
that's
it
right.
totally doesn't happen.
That.
They need to figure out the deleted scenes, because I could have picked out a few scenes from this episode that I would have liked to have seen deleted, and we're not. Anyway.
Oh, gee, I wonder what you're talking about.
Pretty much the whole show.
Mr. Peter Johnson.
Okay. Not only, this was my least favorite show of the whole season. I even liked the Betty episode better than this one.
You're crazy.
This was by far the least favorite, and it's because it made me realize, I don't even know what direction they're going in with the show. But not only did the L word, in my opinion, this show blew, but then we also had to watch the Oscars, where it was just like a big slap in the face for gay people. I'm so pissed for both of those reasons. Hollywood is fucked up. Like, everybody thinks Hollywood's all liberal and open-minded and left, and it's not. I mean, the L Word it's becoming like the straight and transsexual and just a fucked up sex show. I want it to be about lesbians. I mean, no offense to your sexuality if you're straight or if you're whatever. It should be about lesbians. That's the whole deal with the show, right? The L Word. Lesbians.
Yeah. Well, most trans men used to be lesbians, and that's who their friends are, and then they still kind of feel like they want to be part of the community in some way, and they're excluded, so I think that's relevant. But yeah, if I have to how many straight sex scenes do I have to sit through in a week? You know, don't give me just one more, especially with a freaking leper.
Okay, how many, let's count. How many gay couples are there on the show right now? Technically, there's still Bet and Tina. Mm-hmm. There's Shane and Carmen.
Bet and Tina are sexless, though.
Okay, but they're still a couple, technically, for another week. Then there's Shane and Carmen.
Sexless.
But still a couple. Mm-hmm. Is that it? I guess Dana and Laura.
Sexless.
Not even in the same continent.
Dylan and Helena.
They don't count as a couple, I don't think, yet.
Well, they never will be because Dylan is straight.
Okay, so there's 3, really, right? And how many straight couples are there? There's Kit and the Manny.
Having sex.
Dylan and her boyfriend.
Having sex.
That we know of. And Tina and her new boyfriend.
Tina and every man she sees or meets on the computer. Having sex.
And then there's like Max and Jenny, whatever.
Which,
Max
if we respect Max's transgender, then they're a straight couple.
We have more straight or at least non-lesbian couples on this show than there are lesbian couples.
None of the dykes are getting laid. All
we don't
the
see
hets
any
are
tits.
getting laid. And who's the only happy couple? Kit and the Manny, the straight couple.
They're new, though.
So are Shane and Carmen.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so yeah. I mean, the show it just pissed me off so bad this week.
Well, I think you're wrong about the Oscars just because I just think the movie was too overexposed and they didn't want to be so predictable.
Bullshit.
Everybody said it's going to win. They don't usually I don't know though.
Hello, Crash won over.
Lord of the Rings won like everything and they said it wouldn't, it did. So maybe I'm
Crash? Wrong. Okay, I saw the movie. It was a good movie, whatever. Totally like you can wait for it to come out on DVD. It has the same effect. First of all, Brokeback wasn't even, you could argue that it's not even a gay movie. There aren't any gay people in it. All the people are straight who made the movie. All the people are straight who are in the movie. It happened to be, it was a love story. I'm so mad. And everybody's like, oh, Hollywood's so liberal. Do you know how many wealthy actors and actresses there are? Billionaire actresses and actors that are still in the closet? Like, if those rich, beautiful people in Hollywood can't come out of the closet, how are we supposed to? Oh, I'm so pissed.
Yeah, and all these straight people are making money off their gay storylines. But the gay people that are actually gay have to stay closeted. Like Catherine Menning.
It's just, it's been sad. It was a sad day. Sunday was a gray, gray day.
Well, actually, after I saw that scene with Tina and the leper, leper? Well, okay. Obviously, they purposely chose a repulsive man to be Tina's fuck buddy. People are mad that there's a straight relationship and stuff, but I mean, they're totally making fun of Tina in subtle ways. Like everything she says, like cockpit, whatever. So they pick this ugly old wrinkly dude to be Tina's fuck buddy.
He looks like he has back acne.
He takes off his shirt. You know he's got crackney. Look at him. His back is like the moon.
What? Crackney?
His
butt
whole
crack acne?
Ew. And he needs some sphincterine too. No, the guy's got these horrible blotches all over his back. It looks like he's got back knee.
They are making fun of him because when he
he looks like a leper.
Because when he went to go down on Tina, she's like, no. Because no man is going to even come close.
She's like, don't even bother trying, okay? That man's disgusting leprous back is the reason why you should wear sunscreen, kids.
And the reason why you should be gay.
Yeah, I know. We both, when we were watching that scene, were like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm gay.
Of course. It was not. We usually watch the show twice. We watch it once when it's on Sunday night, and then we usually watch it again and take notes. And the second time, I just fast forwarded through it because, ugh. And the show was much better without it, I might add. So whoever you are in charge of the L Word, We don't want to see penis or men's gross backs or any... Ugh!
We don't even need to see girls peeing through a bratwurst. I could have lived my whole life without that.
If they want to teach people about transsexuals, that's fine, but do it in the background of a lesbian show, not in the background of a straight show that is being advertised to lesbians for lesbians.
Well, I have to say that I think you are being a little critical of the show.
Well, yeah, I'm being totally critical because it's pissing me off. I want to see girls on girl action.
I mean, I still think the show is awesome, and I thought this past episode was really good because it pissed me off. And if some TV show has the ability to affect my emotions,
I think the reason it pissed
writing.
you off is because we watched the Oscars that night.
I didn't care about the Oscars, dumb. I don't care. I'd almost be more worried if they were giving the gays Oscars. We don't need to be mainstream. The Color Purple didn't get an Oscar, and Alice Walker was like, thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't know where I stood.
Well, the writers did receive an Oscar for that. For Brokeback. Screenplay adaptation, I think. It won 3 Oscars. It wasn't totally shut out, but just think they were robbed, and it pisses me off.
You know that's Jake Gyllenhaal's only shot. He's never going to be nominated again. I mean, I like him, but...
Obviously, Heath Ledger, whatever. Oh, I can't think about it. Okay, so
Are you ready to move on yet? Or
Heath
no?
Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal both looked pretty upset. Like, I think they both had tears in their eyes as the other nominee was announced, the winner in their category. And they were tearing up because, I don't know, they wanted it bad, I guess. But, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people were pissed off and tearing up because this is just another slam. On that happy note.
I don't care. I don't need to be mainstream.
It's not a matter of being mainstream or not. The movie's mainstream already. It's that there's no recognition, and it's been it's been slammed because it's a gay movie. You can say whatever you want. It's not even a gay Heath Ledger and the girl that was his wife, what's her name? The girl that was his wife in the movie.
I don't know, the girl from Dawson's Creek.
They got married and had kids after the movie. Yeah, that's real gay. All right.
Are you going to be okay?
Let's move on, please. Okay.
I have to say that I did think that Lead Follower Get Out of the Way was a good episode. And a lot of dykes are mad that it wasn't lesbian enough.
At all?
There are other people like me who are glad that there's more than just one perspective on the show.
That's fine. I don't think the majority of the show should be focusing on... It's kind of like embarrassing to me. All the people on the show are fucked up now. I'm not fucked up. They have this Max character who's... the person is fucked up, whatever their sexuality. I mean, he's a freak.
Max isn't a freak because he's transgendered.
Max he's a freak.
Is a freak.
And
Max
he's transgendered. Yes.
I don't know. Well, you seem really angry.
What? Really? I told you I'm pissed. The show
it's a television show. If there were no conflict, no one would watch it.
I know it's just a television show. But it's just another thing. Like, I don't know. Why are they doing this? I don't really care, to be honest, about, like, the transition process. I don't care. And I don't care to see it. And if they're going to do it, then do it in the background of a lesbian show, not in the background of a we're a bunch of fucked up people show.
Do you need a break? Are you okay? Can we move on?
Don't act like that.
I'm just joking.
What do you?
I'm sorry.
So you don't you like it like
silly?
this?
That's our whole shtick is that we're silly.
So you like it like this. You want to know more about.
You want to go over 20 minutes on this rant before we even talk about the show?
All right, then don't ask me about it. Go on to the next subject.
The opening scene of Lead, Follow, or Get Out of the Way. First, it shows the line that went from Bet to Alice to Dana. And then Dana leaves Alice's apartment after she kicks her to the curb. And Laura's waiting in the car outside. That's fucked up. And then the line goes from Dana to Laura. And another kiss of death moment, as Shane would say. Laura says, "We have all the time in the world." Thanks for just jinxing Dana's life, Laura. You just killed her with that line.
Yeah, and what's up with that car that Laura was driving? It was like from Pulp Fiction or something.
Maroon interior.
Maroon vinyl interior. I wonder what kind of car that was.
Well, here's my question. Where's the line going to from Laura? The only person we know that she's hooked up with was Gabby, and I've heard that Guinevere Turner is not making any appearances this season. The line from Laura could go to before Dana?
Is the line supposed to go to the next person you have sex with?
A person you have sex with.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be in chronological order. So it could be someone Laura was with before Dana. I think the line goes to someone since Dana. I think Laura is hooked up with someone else since she met Dana, and maybe cheated on Dana.
In Paris.
How do you know she's in Paris?
She said she was going to Paris, didn't she?
Dana said, why don't you go to Paris? But I didn't know that she was gonna.
Okay, well,
why the hell did Laura go to Paris? What?
So she could cheat on her? I don't know. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe she knew someone before who she dated or something, and then Dana freaked out on her and she ran back to the person, but I don't know.
I'm very curious to see who Laura's line goes to next week, because I bet it's going to be something surprising, and maybe my theory is that Laura cheated on Dana at some point in the past 7 months.
Since she's had cancer or before she's had cancer?
Either.
I don't know, she doesn't seem the type, but who knows with this show. Everybody's the
consistency isn't really a big deal to the writers of the L Word, so who knows.
Maybe she's straight now.
Laura's turning into a man. Okay, we see Bet at the
Silent Buddha
Michigan
camp.
Women's Music Festival.
What?
The Buddhist retreat.
Looks like the most boring place in the world to me.
I think it looks really peaceful. I would probably like it there.
Ugh, I'd run away.
But if I couldn't talk, I would need to write a lot.
Bet seems like she's having a little bit of problems with it, too.
Apparently, all the women at the Buddha Center don't have giant Death Stars for heads, so they did actually shave their heads for this.
Don't you think that they were already like that?
I mean, it just, in comparison to Dana's ET head. Here's what I don't understand about the Buddhist ladies. Why do they keep their heads shaved and not their armpits? Is it Opposites Day at the Buddhist retreat?
Yeah, they should definitely, everybody should shave their armpits. Man, women, monkeys.
I mean, if you're gonna shave your head, how much longer does it take to shave your pits? And what is the advantage of being hairless in one place? I mean, you might as well just go the whole hairless everywhere.
I agree.
Do you think the Buddhist monk ladies have Brazilians?
No, I think they're bushy 70s.
Well, I don't get that. Why shave the one part of your body you're not supposed to shave?
I'm sure there's a reason for it.
They're just being contrary.
Hey, we've insulted Christians, and I feel completely comfortable insulting Buddhists as well. All religion is bullshit to me.
You are really hot today. Are you gonna? Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a scientist. You know where I'm coming from.
Oh, you think we evolved from monkeys?
Dr. Susan Love has a little cameo on the show. If you don't know, she's the doctor who wrote a whole huge book all about boobs.
That's it? There's nothing to say about it.
If we don't mention a cameo, we get a bunch of emails. You didn't mention that blah, blah, blah was on the show.
So they show Dana and Alice together. First they're window shopping, and I don't know, something's going on with them. Is Dana trying to hint that she wants Alice again?
I don't think even Dana knows.
Or is Alice just taking these little one-liners the wrong way?
I think that Dana is being a little bit selfish. Which, I mean, I guess it's kind of justified. I mean, Alice said it took her a really long time to get over Dana, and now Dana's kind of reeling her back in.
Just so we can get the big kill. Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant.
Then we go to Kit talking to Max at the planet. Max and Jenny are planning a party to pay for Max's top surgery.
Yeah, if I hear Max say one more time, "Can't you just understand?" No, we don't understand you. You're a complete freak. Can't you understand?
You don't understand.
Okay, yeah,
no, Max, I really don't. You're with freaking Jenny Kirshner. Wait, Jenny Kirshner, Jenny Schechter. Enough said.
Okay. Yeah, so Max
Quit whining. You're going to get your tits cut off. You got a hot girlfriend. What's your problem?
He's angry throughout the show. First, he's angry at Kit for not understanding him. Can't she just understand?
I loved what Kit said to him in The Planet.
Yeah,
I just thought that was one of the most well-written little monologues, and it was just great. Basically, she says to Max, "You're giving up the most precious thing in the world." And Max is like, "Oh, what, my tits?" And Kit's like, "No.
I want my tits." Want my tits.
Don't say that. You're going to make me laugh too hard. And Kit responds, "No, being a woman."
Right.
And so, of course, everyone watching the show is like, "Yes! Being a woman's awesome! And then Kit compares what Boira is going through by saying, I don't know how to put this, but she's like, what if I felt white inside and then I was going to get surgery to make me white? Would you support that?
I can relate to that.
I like how Kit compares being...
What? You were just going to keep talking like, oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Sometimes I've felt like I was black inside.
You mean like Morrissey?
No, like African American.
When have you felt that way?
I don't know. When I had a lot of black friends probably, and I could relate more to them than to my white friends. Well, I don't think you can compare racism to homophobia.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, on some level, all prejudice has certain things in common.
Well, I just don't think that they're the same at all. A lot of people think that if you're gay, then at least you can hide it. Whereas if you're black, you can't obviously hide it. Most people can't. And so they think that being gay is probably easier because in certain situations you can just act straight. But I think that that maybe is one of the reasons why it's taking so long for people to realize homophobia. Like, if you couldn't hide it, then everybody would have to be out there and we'd realize how many gay people there are and just how many people are being oppressed.
It's like that story, Am I Blue, where all the gay people turned blue. And then some of them were kind of aquamarine because they were bi.
You gotta stop chewing on your pen.
Okay, I was having a Tina moment. Okay, what's up with Max's little patch of chin hair? I know a lot of people just think it's retarded anyway, but here's my problem with Max's chin hair. It, like, migrates all around his face.
It's like a caterpillar.
Pick a spot and stick to it. It's like a caterpillar munching around. I'll go over here, and I'll go over there. I'll go up, I'll go down. It's always crooked.
Max is getting uglier every week, and that hair it's not getting fuller, it's getting more active.
Yeah. His chin hair has a life of its own.
So he's angry. He's angry at Jenny the whole time. Well, first he's angry at Kit a little bit, but not really. And then he's angry at Jenny because she's I don't know, artistic.
Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense why he's angry at Jenny.
And then he's mad at her for dancing with another person.
Which is ridiculous because she was like 2 feet away from him.
Yeah, she seemed really into him.
And Jenny was not really looking that sexy during the 80s prom. I don't think Max had anything to worry about.
And then the pinnacle of anger was when they get home from after the party or the dance or whatever, and they're sitting there with a big pile of money in front of them, and Jenny's like, wow, we made $3,500 or something. And he's like, this is crap money, and throws it all over the room. And he's like, where were your rich friends tonight?
What?
Max doesn't even...
any of your friends tonight, Max?
Max doesn't have any friends. All of Jenny's friends hate him at this point. And he's still mad that these people who hate him...
who he's an asshole around.
Yeah. He's like, Helena Peabody could have paid for this.
Helena Peabody could pay for me to go get my PhD. But why the fuck should she? She doesn't even know me.
Exactly. And plus, she likes women. She loves lesbians. She's very gay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Helena. You need to stop spending so much money on charities for children who are hungry. You need to give this dude you don't even know some money to get his boobs cut off.
Helena loves boobs. She's not going to pay somebody to take them away.
I mean, give me a fucking break, Max. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. And Jenny's like, my rich friends. And she has this look like, what the fuck? Like when Max tried to apologize to her at the party.
The prom.
Yeah. She did not look like she was accepting. She looked like, this is the last time, mister.
I think it's really weird because I can see that the drug therapy and feeling upset because you're in the wrong body, obviously that would be really difficult. But I don't think that most trans men treat everyone around them like shit.
Well, that's why I wish they would have added that deleted scene. Jenny says something like, he's angry and violent. And there's a bull dyke there and she says, well, that's what you get for dating a man again or something like that. And then there are other people there who are in relationships like Jenny and Max. They're like, well, yeah, first they want to have sex all the time. Then they're not going to want you to touch them because the only time they feel like themselves is when they can pass completely as a man, which is when they're completely dressed. So your sex life is going to be gone soon and they're just going to get more and more angry until they leave you. So like, I wish they would have left that scene in. because it's clarifying some of the things I can't.
It's weird. That's funny that she's like, well, yeah, that's what you get for dating a man. But I don't know. I mean, I've heard interviews with couples, but they weren't together during the transition. They got together after. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's something about that process that's...
Right, and at the session, there are also people who are like, either be gay or be straight. Make up your damn mind. Like, this is going to be a man, and you're complaining because you're not a woman, basically.
This is kind of beyond me. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, I don't even want to spend my time talking about it. I'm mad that it's on the show at all.
Oh, you don't think that there should be one single representation of a transgendered person on television at all, ever? I mean, this is the only shot they get.
Make them a nice person, then.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you listen to the Showtime podcast this week?
I couldn't stand to listen to it. I hate that girl's voice. I'm serious. I turned it on, and I was like, I voided it out of my brain because I can't stand her voice.
The interviewer, you mean?
No, Daniela C.
But they were interviewing all the other cast about Daniela. She didn't talk until the end.
The last interview that I listened to was the Daniela C. interview.
No, this week's interview, they talked to the other members of the cast about how their characters are reacting to Moira Max. Like Leisha Haley and some of the other actors, even they don't understand. They don't understand why they're supposed to not like Max and have trouble with this transition. Because like Leisha Haley said, the rest of the time they're a pretty open-minded bunch. And she didn't quite get the motivation of why all of a sudden they're...
Well, because he's angry and violent.
And that's the second thing, is nobody quite understands why the character of Max is written in such an unsympathetic way. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's realistic, but there's got to be some trans men that are not insecure assholes, right? I know there are.
I don't know. I don't know any. I only knew one person, and it was from male to female, but he was crazy.
Well, I've known, obviously, a lot more male to female transgendered people than the other way, but that's totally different. Obviously, I can completely understand why you'd want to be a girl.
Okay.
It's like that song, I enjoy being a girl.
So what did you think of the prom?
Obviously, anything 80s is hilarious. Almost every woman there was dressed up like Madonna from the Lucky Star era. They were playing some songs that I liked, like that song, I Know What Boys Like. I love that song.
And Mia Kirshner looked like a dog.
You know that's how she probably looked in high school.
No, I don't think so.
Or at least the character of Jenny. You know she was the hugest loser outcast dork in her whole high school. You just know it.
She had on like a lime green dress and
poofy dress.
Huge glasses and gross hair. It was awesome.
I loved it. That's what I looked like in junior high.
Oh my God.
With the horrible Jufro and the giant glasses. I love the idea of having the gay prom. A lot of the younger kids now, they just go to prom. It's no big deal. But the older people, that was kind of a really sad thing for them. Like, they never got to go to prom.
Who cares about prom? I can't believe
Well, obviously, I didn't care about it, but some people, that was a really sad time for them because it was like...
You need to talk about this with your therapist.
Well, I didn't have a problem at prom. I had a great time.
You went to prom?
No, me and my boyfriend and all our friends got together and we went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show that night.
It's another boyfriend story.
Well, in high school, I had a boyfriend, but I had an awesome time. We dressed up like freaks and went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which, by the way, totally gay. Should have known way back then. Would you quit drawing boobies on your notebook? We've got work to do here.
Those are eggs. And the only shot we got of Carmen's ass on this show, to add to my list of complaints, was she was wearing white jeans.
Again,
nothing's worse than if you're a listener and you have a pair of white jeans, promptly burn them.
Oh, no, you know what is worse than white jeans? White jeans with a hole in the knee.
Yeah, they had a whole... Okay, so she's wearing white jeans. She gets up on a ladder. I'm like, ooh, we're going to get to see Carmen's ass. But no, they cover it with a hoodie wrapped around her waist. And Shane even grabs her ass through the hoodie. We need more Carmen's ass, and we need more Mia Kirshner boob. That's all we asked for here. What's so difficult about this?
But wait, I really liked the 80s themed trainee prom. I like the boob cupcakes, and they represented because they were multicolored boob cakes. I could bite into one of those. And then all the boob cupcakes had like a little red hot for the nipple, and then the ones that represented Helena had like a hot tamale sticking out.
A Slim Jim.
A little Vienna sausage.
So we go from the cool party to the pool party.
I'm grossed out.
First of all, picture yourself a grotesque heterosexual man as Henry is. In a pool with 3 women. There's the pool instructor, who's not very attractive at all.
Who, I'll interrupt for a second, who says, let's get really wet now.
Okay, so there's the pool instructor. Then there's Tina, who's just drooling at him, just staring at him like, oh, man, there's a man in the pool. And then there's Helena. Who are you going to look at? You're not going to look at Helena Peabody is in the same pool, literally, as Tina. Bullshit. That man wouldn't have cared who was gay or straight. Give me a break. Hot Helena next to, but again, this show is not based in reality.
Tina is so desperate that any man will do. Every man she sees, she wants to fuck.
She loves being around men.
How could she say? The baby is like 7 months old. She loves being around people, everyone. She's a baby. Babies love everybody.
If you have a tiny baby like that and they love being around men over women or women over men, either way, then something traumatic has happened. A baby doesn't know.
Babies love everybody.
She loves being around men. Here, hold her, man.
No, I think she was actually talking about herself.
Yeah.
I know, that was really stupid. I mean, come on. Of course she loves being around men. She loves being around everybody.
Oh, no, it's just like the social worker says. She likes to rest her baby face on your wild man hairy chest.
I really think Angie, or Olivia as that actor, is the baby an actor or is she a prop at this point?
I think she's a prop.
Anyway, her real name's Olivia. I hope she gets like her own TV show on Nickelodeon because I could just stare at that little kid playing in the sandbox. She is the cutest baby ever.
That'd be a good show. It'd be like, remember when they were going to make the puppy show, but then they didn't?
The puppy channel?
Yeah. They could have just the baby show where you watch some little babies playing.
That would be awesome. It could be like Little Bill, like a show that has no conflict and it's just all soothing and happy.
Little Bill.
The biggest conflict is like he's at the zoo and then he gets tired and has to take a nap for half an hour and then he's at the zoo again.
He's confused about which his favorite animal is.
Yeah, you're right. That was the conflict when Little Bill went to the zoo. Then it's back to the prom, actually.
All
Helena at the prom in drag with a ponytail. Helena looks good.
I didn't realize she was in drag. She didn't look masculine.
Well, I mean, she wasn't like a drag king, but she was wearing like a suit. Oh, man. I mean, you know, Rachel Shelley is really pretty, but I like it when she gets a little bit butchy because it's impossible for her to be butch, but when she wears like mannish clothes and pulls her hair back, she looked really good. This was about as cute as Helena has looked, even with her hot dog nipples. Oh, and then they were getting their prom pictures taken, which was really cute. But did you notice they had all these people doing their little poses for the prom picture? And then they had the 2 Asian girls, and they were posing like they had fake guns.
Like Charlie's Angels?
What is with that? Every single one of my Asian friends at some point has a photograph of them posing with like a fake gun or a finger gun. No, I'm serious. It must be they're like mocking some sort of ninja stereotype or something, but every one of my Asian friends has a picture with like fake gun. What is that?
It's a Charlie's Angels pose.
Like from the movie or the TV show?
Are you serious? The Charlie's Angels, like the logo is of all the chicks with their guns like ching, pointing in different directions.
But my guy friends have pictures of them with fake guns too, and they're not
it's
angels.
The Charlie's, it's like the thing, I don't know, it's the thing you do. There's probably a picture of me somewhere like that. Naked.
On the internet.
At www. And then Mangus is still bugging Kid about marrying him. And she gives some lame-ass reason like, my lesbian friends can't get married, and neither am I then. It's wrong. Bullshit. She's just using that as an excuse.
Absolutely. We don't care when our friends get married. We're pissed off when you get divorced. That's what offends us. We can't even get married, and there you are getting divorced.
So she's basically saying, I'm not going to marry you. And he seems satisfied with that for now.
Well, they've only been dating for like a week and a half.
Well, she said if she was going to marry anybody, it'd be him. She's smooth. She's just saying that.
She's holding out for toe.
You know what might happen?
What?
Okay, so Mangus and Kid, la la la, happy land, love flowers. And then Ivan will make an appearance.
That's what I think, too.
And Mangus will be like, what does he have that I don't have? And she could just make this long-ass list.
Yeah, I know. Because Ivan, good representation of trans men. He's a complete gentleman. He's a bit of a playa, but so is Shane. We don't fault her for that. We need Ivan to come back. Maybe he can slap some sense into Mad Max.
You're right. Then we see the camera scene.
Oh. It made me wish that I hadn't seen the scenes from next week, because I would have been so shocked. I wouldn't have known what was going on.
Well, you predicted it, though.
But I didn't predict the whole sexual harassment angle. I just thought she was kind of a gold digger.
Oh.
But I didn't realize to what extent. And of course, Helena is being just like so sweet to Dylan. She's, let her meet her children, and she's included her in her circle of friends. And Dylan has like a tiny moment of guilt, but you can tell.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to happen. Helena got served papers, but it seems like they're making it look like Dylan's boyfriend is the one doing it a little bit, which is, I don't know about that, but they're both doing it. He seems like the evil plotter.
I think that you just want to think that because she's a girl, but no, Dylan's the one that's doing all the dirty work.
Do you think she's going to win her court case?
Yes.
You think she's going to win?
Unless the judge and jury are prejudiced and they think that women can't be sexual harassers. That would be funny to see, like, prejudice work in our favor for once. And then, like...
There goes a roadrunner.
Oh, yeah? Cool. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's a big one. And then they're going to call Tina up on the witness stand because she's an employee of Helena. And they're going to ask her, and she's going to be like, well, yeah, I had sex with her too, and then she gave me this job.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, after I had sex with her, she gave me this awesome job.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a pretty good case.
It looks like Helena's going down. Well, obviously what would happen would be that Helena would just settle.
That's not going to happen, though.
That's what I think would happen.
In real life?
Yeah, or what she should do on the show.
And she's even like, oh, well, the studio's not going to be backing your film anymore, so I'm going to do it out of my own personal money.
I don't know. A lot of things on the show made me really angry. Like, after the show, I had to go for a walk because I was mad. And I even sent a bitchy email to somebody that they probably didn't deserve.
And you threw a rock at one of our neighbors' windows who has a George Bush sticker on their car.
None of our neighbors.
We live in the gay part of town. Our next door neighbor is a total Republican.
There is no gay part of town. Our house is the gay part of town.
There are like 5 other lesbians that live on our street.
Are you fucking kidding me? I've never seen one.
The people who live on that corner are gay.
Just because they have a healer doesn't mean they're gay.
Okay, well,
they've never talked to me.
Well, they're lesbians. They just stay in their house and watch TV.
Oh, that reminds me. This is our, I think, 14th podcast. We've been doing it for a few months. We've been contacted by listeners from all over the world, from Vietnam to South Africa to Alaska. Finally, lucky 13, we have 1 listener in New Mexico now.
No, we have 2. The person on our Frapper map lives in Santa Fe, and the person who emailed us is from Albuquerque.
I don't think that the person on the Frapper map counts because they've never really contacted us. I'm so excited. We finally have 1 other gay person in Albuquerque who listens to the show.
It's probably just some straight guy.
Probably. Shane and Carmen have dinner with Carmen's family.
A nice, happy picnic.
I was trying to decipher some of what they were saying in Spanish, and one of the first things was Carmen was asking her mom a question, and I'm like, oh, I must be translating this wrong because it sounds like she just asked her where grandma's cigarettes are. And that's really what she said.
She said her cigar.
I was like, oh, my Spanish is too bad. I can't figure out what they're saying because I thought she just asked where are grandma's cigars. I'm like, that can't be right.
And her grandmother notices the tattoo
and says something. She says it's a beautiful tattoo. It looks Mayan, and she says it reminds her of a wedding band. And they call her grandma abuela. Here they call grandma abuelita. Carmen's mother starts trying to fix Shane up with some dude,
some carpet cleaner. Ironically, see, he has something in common with Shane. They both like carpet.
I didn't catch that.
And Shane's like, that sounds like a very interesting business. Carmen's mother tries to hook Shane up with the carpet cleaning guy, who's like, I can clean the carpet at the beauty salon. What beauty salon has carpet? Yeah, that'd be real clean.
Gross. That's so gross.
And then, basically, Carmen loses her shit. You should never, ever come out to your parents or anyone else, probably, but especially your parents, when you're mad.
That's a good point. The thing about that scene, a lot of the confrontation between Carmen and her mother was in Spanish. So for you non-bilinguals out there, or non-Spanish
Let's reenact
bilinguals. Okay. So the mom tries to Shane up. Carmen says.
The mom tries to Shane up.
The mom tries to set Shane up. Carmen says.
I want to be the mom.
Okay.
Okay, you be.
Okay,
you be Carmen, since you have that fine ass.
Oh, thank you.
I was being sarcastic.
Mom, stop. It's an insult, and I'm not putting up with this anymore. Shane is not interested in Pablo, okay?
How do you know she's not interested? What are you, her interpreter?
Because she's my girlfriend. Blah, blah, blah. We sleep in the same bed, blah, blah, blah.
Carmen, you don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I do. Shane is my girlfriend, and I am hers.
You're leaving. You just want to hurt me because you're embarrassed of me, because I didn't go to college and I'm not an elegant lady and I don't speak English very well. Well, let me tell you what I can say in English. Get out, both of you. Get out!
And then the grandma, Mercedes, what are you saying? You don't kick family out into the street.
Better a whore than a lesbian. You heard me, both of you leave. Grandma.
She sounded like Gargamel. Okay, the thing about this scene that pissed me off the most, worse than Carmen's mom being a bigot, was Carmen's sisters.
Why?
Because they were like, why do you have to do that? You're so selfish.
Well,
that is bullshit. They're there with their husbands and boyfriends. They're the selfish ones. That made me mad.
Well, I don't think they meant, why are you a lesbian and coming out? You're so
Yes, they did.
Okay, well, if that's what they meant, then you're right. I think that they meant that she made this big spectacle of it. Like, there are ways to go about it. I mean, think about how hard it is for you to come out. Well, not you. It was easy for you, but everybody else in the world. Like, it's hard. It's treacherous. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And it's this big thing that you have to do. It's like really stressful.
Get out and stay out.
And the thing that a lot of people don't think about is when you come out to your parents, even if they're accepting of it, they also have to come out. Mm-hmm. They have to come out to their friends that they have this gay child. And so it's not, I mean, it's hard for a gay person to come out. Imagine what it's like for an old Hispanic lady who's straight to come out. So I think that's what her sisters meant. Like, you can't just spring this on the old lady.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I know what you mean, though, because my mom didn't have a problem with me being a dyke, but she thought that it was supposed to be like a big secret, and she couldn't talk to any of her friends about it. Mm-hmm. And, like, my stepdad would make some comment about my girlfriend, and my mom would be like, don't say that.
Like, she thought that it was embarrassing, or she thought you didn't want people to know, or both?
She thought it was like a deep, dark, dirty secret. And I had to explain to her that it's okay, I'm out, everybody knows it's not a big deal. Mm. And now she's fine with it. She's like, meets a stranger, she's like, hi, my daughter's gay.
Yeah, like if your mom meets another gay person, my mom has done this too. Like if she knows another gay person, she makes it a point to tell me, oh, she's gay too. Like that automatically means we should be friends. I don't like most gay people, Mom. They're grouchy, grumpy bitches.
That's how my mom is too. She went to a book signing and the author was a lesbian and she's like,
oh,
I signed my book.
Gay.
My daughter's gay. Her heart's in the right place.
I don't know if this is a spoiler. I don't think it is because I don't think that anybody knows for sure. But some of our listeners have been emailing us that Carmen is going to be leaving the show.
A lot of people have been wondering. I don't think there's any verification on whether Sarah Shahi is going to be on season 4, but the other people have said they will be. So I think people are saying, well, no answer probably means she won't be.
And she just got a sitcom. One of the people that emailed us said she just got a sitcom deal.
Oh, what's the show? Do you know anything about it? Mm-mm. Well, I don't know. This is all rumor, but
regardless, what is going to happen with her character this season? Okay, she came out to her mom. Shane and Carmen are not getting along. There's only 3 shows left. Are they going to break up?
One of our listeners hypothesizes that Carmen's going to cheat on Shane and that may end the relationship, which I think that could happen. I think that's a good prediction.
That sucks. I like that character. I like the actress.
I like her cheeks.
If she does do a sitcom, she should do comedy because she does it really well.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird to I'm sure she's going to be playing obviously a heterosexual because that's what the other 400 channels have on them. And so it's going to be weird to see her playing like a heterosexual woman with probably a kid or something.
It's going to be so boring. You know who else is really great at the comic scenes is Erin Daniels.
Yeah?
Dana has the best delivery or reactions. She's really good at it. I don't think that they exploited her comedic talents enough during her short life.
Well, soak it up while you can, because you've only got a few more episodes, and I don't think there are going to be any more comedy scenes with her.
Speaking of Erin Daniels, she looks really sexy without eyebrows for some reason.
What?
I've never said this about anyone in my life. But for some reason, look at her without eyebrows. She's wearing her little turban or whatever. She looks really pretty.
It's not a turban.
And on this episode, even though she's sick, she's been having these like big, beautiful smiles. She's like really cute. You know what I think it is that before her hair like distracted from her face or something.
She had bad hair.
Yeah. And now that her hair is up in her moon hat, you can see her face and she's really pretty and she has a great smile.
She had bad hair and bad clothes.
Well, the clothes, I think, was on purpose. She was kind of a dork at first. Then, after the horrible confrontation when Mercedes throws Carmen and Shane out, Shane's upset because, she's never had a family. Here's this family that's accepting her that she really likes, and now it's kind of getting messed up. Carmen... You know how Shane always has the ability to just say the right thing at the right time? Carmen has the opposite ability to say the wrong thing. When she said that thing to Dana at the B-52s concert.
Yeah.
And now she's like, Shane, what do you know about family? Okay, let me see. Top 10 ways to stab your girlfriend in the heart.
She apologizes, though.
It's too late. She said it. The damage is done.
Yeah, so Shane's going to lose her new Hispanic family and her new Hispanic girlfriend, too.
I still think that at some point Shane's biological family is going to come. They don't tell you that much about Shane's inner workings, but there's all these things about family that keep coming up.
I think her character might be more interesting if they never come back.
Well, she can't just go on fucking a different girl every episode for the rest of the season, never develop anything emotionally.
Why not? Some people lead their lives that way.
Oh, speaking of just random fucking, Tina and Mr. Peter Johnson. I don't kiss him though.
Yes, you do.
You're right. I totally do. Hey, Mom, guess what I did? Okay, so Tina fucks Mr. Peter Johnson after the second day.
Henry.
The second day she knew him.
Without a condom, it appeared.
Yes. No rubber. Because Tina didn't have one in the nightstand. They didn't. That's so gross. And she fucked him without a condom on a gay show. That's bad news. And they referenced AIDS a few episodes ago.
She's not going to get AIDS.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you have a gay show and your characters are barebacking, there have to be consequences, or else GLAAD is going to burn down your headquarters.
That's not what barebacking means.
Sex without a condom. What is it?
It's man-on-man sex without a condom. Okay. Yeah, she could at least, come on, L-word people, at least please your listeners by giving Tina a big, nasty, bubbly rash.
You don't fuck a guy you've known for 2 days without a condom and get away with it.
I don't.
You can't get away with it in real life, and you definitely can't get away with it on TV.
They should have pulled a real L word. Like, you know how sometimes on the L word, you'll be watching a scene and it's kind of funky, but then they pull out the crazy funk? They should have done that. He was trying to go down on her and she's like, no, I don't want that. You're then thinking, okay, they're going to fuck. So they do. Instead of that, she should have turned him around and pleasured him with a big
bend over boyfriend.
Yeah. That would have been good.
You know who I could see doing that? Ninja Jenny in Mad Max.
Well, Jenny can do whatever she wants.
And she does.
Next week, they're going to show her in like some evil scientific laboratory, and that's fine. Going to be building her own new girlfriend. Yeah, so they fuck. No safe sex. Baby's in the other room. In the bedroom, at least. They kind of have sex standing up against the door, the rattling door frame.
Weren't you just thinking that the doorknob was going to poke her in the butt?
No, I was hoping someone was going to come in because they kept showing the doorknob, and the door kept opening a little bit. And I'm like, wouldn't it be awesome if Bet came in and kicked that guy's ass?
I can't believe Tina fucked that guy in Bet's house. Couldn't they at least go to his place? They should have just done it in the car or in the pool or
ew.
It's just
then it would have been floating.
Oh, that's nasty.
So yeah, that was a hot and sizzling sex scene.
I'm so grossed out. I can't continue.
I'm so mad.
I was so mad too. And it's not like seeing a het sex scene makes me mad.
Okay. Why were you... It's surprising for me to hear that you're mad because in another one of our podcasts, we were talking about this and I'm like, that's the ultimate fuck off is to have, if you're a lesbian in a lesbian relationship and your lover has sex with a man and you're like, it's no different than if Tina was having sex. I mean, were you as mad when she was having sex with Helena?
Well, they were broken up.
Okay. Well, if Tina would have had sex with Helena on this show or any other woman.
If Tina had had sex with an ugly girl, then I would have been mad.
As mad as you were when she was fucking the guy up against the door?
I can't say.
Because
I can't be caught being hypocritical.
Okay. Yeah, hypocrite. Why is it hypocritical? That means you're doing it right now.
Because I already said that it's no worse, and then I was all mad, which would indicate
Come on. You can just admit it here on the show. So I win again, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. I win because you know it was worse than if she'd been laying in bed with some beautiful woman and nipples were flying around the room instead of
Well, if he was like a good-looking, attractive, interesting guy that she had known for more than a day and a half who did not have leprosy on his back, then it might have been okay. And then Bet is at her Buddha place crying on the phone to Angie. And she's basically, the way I see it is the Buddhists are trying to teach her to let go of desire. Desire is the root of pain and you have to stop wanting. And Bet tries it and realizes that that's what makes her who she is her drive and her desire. And she's glad of it and she doesn't want to give it up. So I think the Buddha thing is not for Bet.
Yeah, apparently not, because she kind of loses it at the end and starts freaking out on the telephone. That would be a weird message to receive, especially if you're the baby. You're like, what is happening with my mother?
Well, if you're not allowed to say a word for 10 days, when you finally do talk, some crazy shit's gonna come out.
That's probably true.
Nipple cupcakes! I kind of want to spend more time on Bet, but I don't know how to. You just got to see it. Dana's sick again. Apparently the chemo has compromised her immune system and she has an infection.
Yeah, because she interrupts Alice's date. If I were on the date with Alice, if I were the other girl, I would have been like, you're going where? You're answering the cell phone? And I would not have paid. That girl was way too nice.
Yeah, so Alice has to abort her date with the kissing booth girl and run home to take Dana to the emergency room.
And we know what's going to happen.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, you
just
do.
Like I don't know that the sun's going to rise tomorrow.
You just don't know when.
I can assume.
Like, do you think that she's going to kick the bucket on the next show?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll leave 2 shows of mourning. Great. Like, they could cheer us up anymore at this point.
Oh, yeah, this is 9, then there's 10, 11, 12. Maybe she might die on 11.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, it's going to go 9, 12, 10, 11 this time.
I'm a college graduate. By the way, speaking of what an idiot I am, like, I try to answer all our emails. I'm getting a little behind, and so I'm just typing fast. And I notice sometimes, like, I write like an idiot. I write your and your. I mix them up.
Oh, my God.
I know, that's like the worst.
That is.
I just want you to know that I do know the difference, and sometimes I just type too fast and I lose track. I'm really not retarded. I know the difference between your and your.
Your, Y-O-R-E.
Yes, in the days of yore, when Tina was gay and Dana was sporty.
Who hasn't completely changed personalities this season? Shane was a playa, now she's a married lady. Bet was super strong, now she's falling apart. Tina was gay, now she's straight. Helena was rich, now she's gonna be poor.
Oh, yeah.
Max was a woman, now he's a man. Kit was black, now she's white. No. Kit was unhappy and kind of poor, and now she's happy and she's doing all right with the planet, obviously. Everybody's completely different. Jenny was crazy. Now she's crazier. Alice has maintained, I guess.
Yeah, Alice is pretty consistent.
Consistently adorable.
Angie was a fetus. Now she's a baby.
No, Angie used to have gay parents. Now she's going to have straight parents.
Ooh. There used to be Mark. Mark was abducted by aliens and no one cared.
Yeah, there used to be Mark and now there's not.
What if that happened in real life? Like someone just disappeared and no one ever noticed. And you'd be like, what happened to Joey?
That's happened.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like that used to happen every once in a while, when we were in college, we would go to the bar every night and every day. But we'd go to the bar and we'd hang out there all the time. And then all of a sudden, you'd be sitting there one night and you'd be like, hey, whatever happened to Sandra or whatever? Like, oh, I haven't seen her in months.
Then you'd find out that she quit college to follow fish and ended up in rehab. Then they'd come back a born-again Christian.
What? God.
Damn liberal arts college. It was a very disturbing and even
maddening,
episode, but I did think that it was good and well written, and the music was not distracting or invasive, intrusive, so that was good.
There was barely any music, and the music that was on the show, you could almost not hear it.
It sucks we're not going to be able to see the next episode on Sunday.
I don't know. Probably download it and watch it Monday.
My mom has a dial-up connection.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Farmland.
So I don't know how. I'm sure we don't have any listeners in Lima whose house we could go over.
Don't say Lima.
Why?
We don't want them to know we're going to Peru.
Oh, Lima, Peru.
Lima.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do, but in case you didn't listen to the last chart, our episode 10 reaction show is going to be delayed because we're going to be out of town for a week. And we have a bunch of good stuff for the next chart we do, but that's probably not going to be for a while either. I wanted to thank Jessica for helping us with some of the Spanish translation. If you have any contributions to the L Word drinking game poll or to the interview with Elka's mom, send your interview questions, your requests for advice, or your drinking game suggestions to theplanetcast@gmail.com.
You want to do scenes from next week?
Nothing happened, so no.
Dana dies.
That's not in the scenes for next week.
Okay, well, what they show on the scenes from next week is they show a scene of Laura on the phone with someone. We're supposed to assume it's Dana. I think it probably is Dana, but it might not be. And she's like, I miss you. And then there's a girl walking behind her in the background that you barely see. They show Dana's empty bed, I think.
Yeah, I think that's pretty symbolic.
Maybe when Alice comes back to her apartment or something.
Oh, man.
Or maybe when Laura comes home and the bed's empty.
Oh, that could be. She goes in and she doesn't know what's going on and the place is deserted.
Yeah, and gray. Her apartment's so gray, have you noticed? And I think that's it for the scenes from next week. There wasn't much, which I wish they'd do more often. Because last week's scenes from next week,
they gave too much away.
Yeah. If you have watched the scenes from next week online, or if you haven't watched them yet, I would suggest not watching them because they basically give away the whole show.
Yeah, and I didn't watch them for that reason.
I wish that I wouldn't have, but some of the listeners posted things on our podcast that already gave it away. And it's because of the scenes from next week. So I guess
posted things on our blog.
We don't want spoilers posted on the blog, but technically I guess they weren't spoilers because we said at the very beginning of this that the scenes from next week aren't spoilers.
Yeah, but just to be safe, if you're posting on the blog, please don't reference anything from scenes from next week because some people don't watch that. And don't send any emails to me about it because I haven't seen it yet and Casey doesn't answer any of the emails, so it'll ruin it for me.
I'm too busy editing. You answer the emails and I do most of the editing and I do all the music. Don't act like I don't do anything. Oh, yeah. I'll throw you down on the ground and kiss you.
Come on.
Come on.
You can't quit me.
Don't bring that up.
I never get tired of that.
Don't. Every time you say it now, I'm going to get pissed. As if we need more pissed off lesbians in the world. They ruined our show by putting a bunch of straight sex on it.
I feel like I was going to say something and I can't think of what it was.
I know what it was.
What?
You were going to say, Casey, I've been meaning to tell you. Why'd you raise your eyebrows?
I'd like to know what I have been meaning to tell you, Casey.
That I've loved you from afar throughout our podcasts, and it's time we get together.
Casey?
We're going away together. That's romantic.
Well, both our families live in the same place. We don't even get to sit next to each other on the plane.
We'll just yell back and forth. That's what we usually do.
Hey! I'm excited to go on a plane because for like a year, I've been dying to watch the pilot episode of Lost where the plane crashes while on a plane.
Are you going to do it?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to do that.
Man,
and I hope there's like people sitting all around me that start crying. Oh my God.
Somebody will ask you to turn it off, I bet, which you just be like, no.
If someone asks me to turn it off, I will. But ever since I saw that, I've been like, I want to see this on a plane.
No, let's just, instead of watching it on the plane, let's reenact it.
No. Who are you going to be?
Whoever has sex with Kate.
Nobody.
Oh, I don't want to be anybody then.
I want to be Locke.
But he's in a wheelchair.
Not after the plane crash. And Locke's, like me, he's full of, like, completely useless trivia.
You are?
Well, like, who could tell you about boars? Me and Locke probably know some shit about boars that nobody cares about.
Boars, B-O-R-E-S.
Oh, you're so original.
I could tell you how to bore.
You mean, like, with a tool?
Yeah.
There were a lot of things I wanted to talk about, like the Girls Gone Wild thing. And
What?
But we can't because the show's going long, so we're going to have to talk about it on the chart. The Girls Gone Wild DVDs and how we find them in the parking lot, and now we've discovered how they get there.
Oh.
More later. Stay tuned for the chart.
You can post your comments on our blog page, www.theplanetcast.blogspot.com, or you can call our phone number,
505-244-0531.
or you can email us.
It's perfectly acceptable to sing to our answering machine. Thanks for listening. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Adios, amigas.
It sounded like a roadrunner just ran through our kitchen.
Huh?
I meant past the window. Because you go, oh, there's a roadrunner.
Oh.
It wasn't like running around our house. It was outside.
Into the grid, the plan of a city was all that you saw. And all of these people sitting totally still as the ground raced beneath them 30,000 feet.
Nipple cupcakes.
Are you going to eat that bagel?
If you touch that bagel, I'm going to cut your fucking tits off myself.
Can I at least lick the cream cheese?